Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for joining me for another monthly net worth update. If you're new here, my name is Brittany. I am currently living in New Zealand, living abroad, but I do like to do monthly net worth updates because I started my YouTube channel on the whole FIRE movement thing, financial independence, retire early. So following that path is a reason why I've been able to quit a full-time job in the last year and move to another country to travel for the next 2 years. So we're going to go ahead and recap from January, the numbers from January 2023. My net worth was $123,250. Then we're going to go into each of my accounts, break them down, and see what the changes were from the previous month. And we're going to get into some life updates later in the video, so stick around for that. First up is the equity in the condo that I own back home in Calgary, Alberta. This place is currently rented out, but the equity that I have sits at $50,408, and that is an increase from January of $436. This amount is going to go up pretty much the same every month going forward as I have tenants in there. Next on the list is my RRSP, and that sits at a balance of $47,160. This is a decrease from January of $444. My RRSP, my DCPP, and my TFSA, which we'll get into those numbers in just a minute, are all invested mainly in one single ETF called VEQT, which is the Vanguard All Equity Fund. Next on the list is my DCPP, or Defined Contribution Pension Plan. This is left over from a previous job, and the balance is $3,450. That's a decrease from January of $32. My TFSA, or Tax-Free Savings Account, sits at $11,620. This is a decrease from January of $130. Usually I have my vehicle on this list, but I did sell it this month, and I ended up getting a little bit more for it than I was expecting. I sold it for $6,500, so that's an increase in my net worth of $1,500. I also have a cash amount that is money that I've put aside for things like purchasing a vehicle in New Zealand, for paying for accommodations, paying for traveling. The balance of my cash account is $14,066. So that brings the total net worth for February 2023 to $126,704. This is an increase from January of $3,454. So the increase is coming not from the market, but from selling my vehicle and making a little bit of money there, as well as selling the majority of things that we had in our place in Calgary, just doing like cash transactions or e-transfer or whatever with people online. I'm not sure how it's going to be going forward because obviously we're not working at the minute, but let's get into some life updates. So first things first, it is tax season. It's February, tax season in Canada. I'm going to be doing my taxes, my partner's and my mom's in the coming weeks, and I should be able to get a refund of about $1,800 is what it's looking like. I only worked part-time for about half the year last year, and I made, I think, around $16,000 for the entire year, so I should be getting a refund, which will help fund the travels coming up. I love doing taxes. I'm looking forward to it this year. I think next year is going to be a little bit more difficult having income in Canada and also working in another country. But of course, I'll do a whole video once we get to that. So we've been in New Zealand for just under a week now. We're starting to settle in. My first impressions were not what I had expected, and I'll be doing a video in the coming weeks about all of that. But it's been a little bit of a struggle adjusting to life here and just getting used to a different season, going from like a winter to straight hot summer, very humid. We've been navigating the public transit. We've been walking a lot. We've been able to see a few sites in the city, but mainly we've just been doing like errands, like trying to figure out how to get a tax number and open a bank account and getting just all these different things that you don't really think about when you're moving somewhere, like specifically to another country. I did end up getting a job the second day that we were here. So I had emailed this brewery, this craft brewery that I'd been following on Instagram for quite a long time when I was in Canada. And I heard back from them the same day. So basically we landed, we had a few hours to kill. I emailed them about this position they had posted for a few months, and they got back to me within, I think, like an hour and said, hey, can you come in for an interview like today or tomorrow? So I went in the second day we were here, ended up getting the job, but I don't start work until potentially later this week or next week. So that's pretty exciting to get the first job that I had applied for. This is the brewery that I wanted to work at the most from all the places I had looked at previously. And they're very good with like casual work, just coming in like 2 or 3 days a week. I'll be doing packaging, which I had already done at the brewery I worked at in Calgary. So it's on the packaging line, doing canning and everything like that. It should be pretty relaxed. It'll be like long days, but I'm actually really looking forward to that. And then I wanted to touch on just a few things for our upcoming content on this channel. There's going to be a lot of changes, of course. It's not going to be as much focused around finances. It's going to be more travel based, but also talking about like how much things cost. So we're going to be doing an emigrating video about moving here, what's involved, things to look out for. Probably be doing like a first impressions type of video as well. Then we'll be doing a public transit video, like navigating the bus system here, because we didn't really know what to do when we got here. We had to like run around and figure out what to do. So it'd be nice to be able to give you guys, if you're coming here or looking at moving here, the information you need in order to do that easily. And then, of course, there will be tons of content around traveling and vlogs. Personally, I love watching vlogs, so I want to make more content in that style. I'll also be doing Airbnb tours at every place that we stay at. And then once we pick a place and settle down, we'll do like an apartment tour and everything. And I'll be covering the cost of everything as well, of course. So we'll be doing like a cost of living video. I'd like to do a cost of living video in every area that we're in, but I don't feel like I'm ready for that yet. I don't feel like we've been here long enough for me to really know what things cost. I will say that groceries and specifically craft beer is a little bit more expensive than what we're used to or what I was expecting based on the internet research I had done before coming here. So stay tuned for all of the amazing New Zealand content to come. I really appreciate you guys joining me on this journey, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.